You want them? You can have them.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. This has to be the proof we need to know that the Dallas Cowboys have to be scared of the Philadelphia Eagles. Because if they did this trade, they would have to be totally desperate. Now, we're going to get into it in a minute, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL daily content. You don't want to miss it. Training camp starts in just a few days. Cannot wait. It's going to be crazy, all right? It's going to be fun. So you definitely subscribe if you haven't. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check. Double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. Now, it's pretty late at night. It's still dark outside, all that stuff. And I wasn't really going to do anything. I was going to kick back, watch some more Better Call Sauls. Better Call Saul. And I'm sitting back like Denzel Washington, and I come across this article on SI. Now, this article is talking about the Cowboys and a potential trade for wide receiver Jalen Reagor of the Eagles. What? Did you hear what I just said? Jalen Reagor of the Eagles? What, are they crazy? What, are they sick? They gotta be desperate to even make a move like this. So I thought it was kind of interesting, and then I went on to the original article, which was by Blogging the Boys and Dallas Cowboys fan community, and they had 3 wide receivers Cowboys could acquire via trade to upgrade the passing and return game. And of course, guess who makes that list? Jalen Reagor. And it says, as a division rival, the former local collegiate standout from TCU, Jalen Reagor is someone the Cowboys should be very familiar with. Well, if they're going after him, they can't be that familiar with him. Like all of the other wide receivers on the list, he is also currently buried on a depth chart, making him an ideal candidate for a wide receiver needy team to try to acquire via trade. So, they literally are going to think about the possibility of doing this. To me, this is insanity. I have to believe, that the Cowboys wouldn't do this, but I welcome it. I'll take a 7th round pick in 2082 for Jalen Reagor right now. Cowboys want to do it? I'll do it right now. You want Jalen Reagor? You can have him. You can have him. Because look, I'm going to be honest with you. And I talked about this at Philly Shakedown Podcast. I don't know if he's even going to make the Eagles roster. Like, I don't know how you pay a guy. I think he's making like $3.6 million against the cap this year, okay? I don't know how you pay a guy $3.6 million when you're paying guys like Greg Ward $900,000 and Zach Pascal $1.5 million, and you're paying these other guys a lot less money. How are you going to justify keeping Jalen Reagor on a team as the 5th wide receiver, maybe 6th wide receiver? He's not better than Greg Ward. He's not better. He wasn't better than Greg Ward last year. But the reason why the Eagles played him and tried to get him out there on the field, tried to get him going, is because he's a 1st-round pick making 1st-round pick money. Well, what are the Eagles going to do this year? Are they going to actually go out there and start the training camp with Reagor as the third receiver? I think they are. I think when training camp starts and we hear about the first day of starting lineup, I would not be surprised if one of the options is Jalen Reagor is in the slot. I would not be surprised if that's how the initial spot goes for him. I can see it. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Devontae, and Jalen Reagor. Devontae Smith, sorry, let me say that again. It's late. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Jalen Reagor in the slot. I would not be surprised if those are the guys lining up with the first team when it starts. Now, the only reason I say it is because the front office is going to want to push him because he's a first-round pick. This will not last long. He will fall really deep in the depth chart behind Quez, behind Zach Pascal, perhaps Greg Ward. The Eagles will look to probably cut him or trade him. That's what I think. So if the Cowboys want him, come get him. But I don't know why the Cowboys would do it. Reagor has some talent. I think he's got some mental issues. But maybe a change of scenery would be good for him. If he wants to go to Dallas, I welcome it. I welcome the trade. You can have him. All right? And for you Cowboy fans who are curious, who are the other guys on the list? One was Deontay Hardy of the New Orleans Saints. And then the other one was Jalen Darden of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would take either of those two guys before I would take Jalen Reagor. As long as the Cowboys do not go out and get DK Metcalf. That's the problem. They want Jalen Reagor. You can have him. So I welcome this trade. I hope it happens. 2082 7th round pick is perfectly fine with me. Perfectly fine. But Cowboys, you go out and get Reagor. You're desperate. You are desperately scared of us. And I know you are. And guess what? We're coming for your meats. Now, before I end this video, I want to talk to you guys about one possible other scenario or situation for the Eagles that I kind of find intriguing. Yes, it's late at night, and I had to get this out because I thought it was pretty interesting. And shout out to Brandon for sending me this on Twitter. It was an interesting article, and I'm going to kind of go over it with you guys real quick. NFL rumors, ex-Giants starter makes sense for the Eagles. Okay? Interesting. According to Pro Football Network's Mike Kay, one name that makes sense for the Eagles is Devontae Booker. Booker has been a productive rusher in the NFL, a guy capable of throwing his 5'11", 219-pound frame at the goal line. He racked up 593 yards on 145 carries and 3 total touchdowns last season for the Giants. The 30-year-old, and I don't like that he's 30, but 30-year-old appears to have plenty of gas left in the tank while making 4 starts in 16 games. Yes, the Howard role would be intriguing fit for Booker. He can also catch out of the backfield. Now, it is really interesting to me, right? He's a very interesting name because I watched a lot of Giants last year. We've watched him with the Giants. Yeah, he's pretty decent. And to be in that Jordan Howard role could be perfect. You need a big back. You need a short yardage back, a goal line type back, a change of pace from Miles Sanders. That's what I think. And listen, people will keep bringing up Kennedy Brooks. Well, they got Kennedy Brooks. He hasn't played one snap yet. We haven't seen one snap. I believe the Eagles still need to bring in a running back, and they still have a roster spot open. Matter of fact, I'll say this, not including any injuries that may take place that have to be filled, I think the Eagles are most likely to bring in another running back. It may be Jordan Howard himself, but I think they need a complement. And until we know what Kennedy Brooks can do, I can't say for sure, okay? One of the reasons, I'll say this. The Eagles have 5 running backs, right? They have Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Kenny Gainwell, Jason Huntley, Kennedy Brooks, okay? Now, here's the thing. That is the smallest total in the league entering training camp for the position. Most teams go to camp with 6 to 8 running backs. So, the Eagles really, they don't have but 5 running backs. Most teams have couple more guys than that. So it would make sense for the Eagles to go out and bring in another running back. I expect them to do it. I expect them to bring him. I think the most likely scenario probably still Jordan Howard. We've talked about Kareem Hunt, now Devontae Booker, Latavius Murray. I mean, there are guys that are out there that they could go get. I think that Miles is going to have a big year. I do. I think he's going to have a big year. But I still want to know if you need, if you're in a third and one, who's your short yardage back? Who's the change of pace back? Who's the physical back that can wear these guys and these defenses out a little bit? I thought Jordan Howard did a great job with that. Miles, Miles is an explosive running back. Miles is the kind of guy that could go 80 yards at any point in time. I think you could use an explosive back. Devontae Booker may be a really, really good name. At 219 pounds, I think he could come in and complement Miles perfectly. And you know what? He doesn't have to start. He doesn't have to have a ton of carries, but enough. With him, Gainwell, Boston Scott, I think it could be the perfect complement and the guy we need. I like it. I thought it was an interesting name. Shout out to Brandon on Twitter for giving this, sending me this article. And yeah, we'll see. So it should be pretty interesting. Maybe the Eagles get Booker and they trade the Reagor to the Cowboys. Oh my God. Can you please trade Reagor to the Cowboys? That's what I want. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. It's how we vision. We're all just living in it. When Reagor ends up with the Cowboys, I guarantee you I am buying Mark Holmes a Jalen Reagor Cowboys jersey. Oh my gosh, I love the thought of this. I love the idea of it. Oh God, please make it happen. The ultimate insult, the ultimate move of desperation by the Cowboys. Trade for Jalen Reagor. He stinks. With that said, Denzel Washington out.